Terra Classic family, it's a defining moment. It seems like we have an ever-increasing number of defining moments coming for Terra Classic than we've had in so long. Be that as it may, this one is a significant achievement for both other local area and the restoration of Terra Classic. Going to separate that as well as investigating precisely exact thing is accompanying equality and why it is so significant. So help me out, crush that like. Furthermore, in the event that you ask the bullish on the LUNC CLASSIC, additionally in the event that you haven't bought into the channel, most certainly consider doing as such. Turn the warning ringer on, so you realize we transfer our letters content or go live regularly at 4 p.m. Eastern here on the Cylinder Crypto channel. That being said, we should get into what's the deal with Terra Classic Soul. We had clearly the enormous market capitulation in earlier today on the rear of the SEC news. Presently the market is beginning to recuperate. Or then again whatever. We get large market pushdowns, things like Terra Classic as well as meme coins and etc. That large number of sort of less gamble, more hazardous resources really will generally have a greater pushdown. So we saw 9.7% pushdown on LUNC versus a 2.3% on BTC, 4% on Ethereum. Presently the outline anyway is really looking very great. Run the brief light. I simply needed to show you this. We are in a vertical pattern and we are at present holding the multi-day EMA, which is significant. However, we're moving over 200 DMA, which again on the 5 moment isn't the most ideal pointer, yet it is as yet a positive marker that we are heading down the correct path, that we were up as high as 91.53. Prior on at night we pushed UPS. We'll see sort of what occurs. At the end of the day the pattern right currently is upwards. For dread in the work of art, we may be thinking, all things considered, what are you referring to? Good for nothing? Alright, the outline looks alright. What's the huge information? All things considered, you will scarcely believe, we burned 124.3 million Terra Classic today. Yet, more significantly, we formally hit 1 trillion coins stacked. For what reason is that significant? It eliminates 1 trillion coins from the circling supply of lunar work of art, and similarly, it secures in a huge part of the stockpile into the marking pool, which at last is showing that individuals are turning out to be increasingly more bullish buy on lunar work of art. 2.6 billion Terra Classic stacked just today, in any event, when the market doing its doing. So I believe that is a really uplifting news for lunar work of art, and certainly shows us individuals' thought process of accompanying the equality overhaul. Now we got this from Wang Bernama. Recall that he is the supervisor of the L1 group. In a manner of speaking, says we just gave all the validators the arrival of Form 2.1 equality redesign. The commencement is on roughly 411 UTC on June 14th. The overhaul will be led in track and watch the commencement to equality. Here we can see, taking a gander at this, we go to instruments and we can see there the overhaul 3 days, 14 hours, 38 minutes until that variant 21 updates. Presently once more, for those of you that are pondering, well alright, I kind of get it. Everybody continues to discuss equality. What's the significance here? Indeed, there's various parts. We get the move up to open the whole universe biological system, as well as some more IBC chains. We realize we have the Restore, the Pivot IBC client, which seems as though it will pass. Also, just to provide you with an illustration of what that genuinely is, well, the Axler conveys secure cross-chain correspondence for Web3. Our framework empowers DAP clients to interface with any resource or application on any chain with only a single tick. What's more, I suppose that is the point here, that equality opens. Each and every part of the universe biological system and the universe environment is gigantic. Over 200 applications that we can utilize from there. The sky is the limit, and more blockchains that we can utilize. Gigantic networks that we can uphold with. Also, at last, how can it respond? It brings land Terra Classic into that cross-organization blockchain where individuals can simply connect rapidly, flawlessly. Furthermore, at last individuals that need to expand on our blockchain will gain admittance to all of this on the land Terra Classic biological system. So I think this is basically as large as the equality and sumi as large as the marking part that we got, and believe it's certainly an enormous step in the right direction for lunar work of art. So what do we have in the momentary as far as cost activity while we're at present floating around this sort of 9 level? Once more, 9.8% down, yet our pattern is most certainly upwards. So our next key section 91.45, watch out for that. We are holding over the multi-day EMA. So we need to begin to go up and test this. We're most likely going to be throughout the following several hours. It will be intriguing in light of the fact that the Bitcoin market and cost is climbing precisely as we anticipated on my live stream. Be that as it may, this appears as though we are beginning to climb. We need to come and test this 91.44 hold over the multi-day EMA, which is the blue line, and afterward we could begin to see a smidgen more certain activity following the work of art. Be that as it may, There's a huge few things descending the line for long, and I think this will be really energizing to see. So the unavoidable issue, might we at any point see a major cost siphon? I truly do believe we will get some. We really want market opinion to move with us, and at the present time simply feel to the way that the market, yet I think Terra Classic is ready for a major push-up in equality. Well, could take a lot of volume back to the whole Terra Classic environment, which I believe is significant. What is critical to recollect, however, with regards to Terra Classic rather than distinction with a great deal of the other cryptographic forms of money out there, is really when we have sell volumes, it upholds us. We see $104 million worth of volume, 39.44% up as of now. What does that bring us? Well, 0.5% burn charge as well as the burn charge on the Binance trade. So sure to see that regardless of whether we are selling, we in all actuality do in any case help net with that burn rate. Guys, that is a big update. If you guys enjoy the content, you want to stay up to date. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one.